Coffey. I'm from Unite the Union. I'm also spokesperson for Fermanagh Save Our Services, and I'm here today to make the case for the retention of local services in the hospital. What we're facing today is a brutal set of cuts which threaten our neonatal unit, which threaten wards in the hospital, which threaten to slash elective care procedures by 50% in this area. Massive cuts to domiciliary care, which is going to result in people being stuck in beds. We're seeing cuts to locums even, without any other support. That's going to result in further closures of GPs and other services in this area. So we really need to get the message out and let them hear it loudly that we're not accepting this, that there's huge levels of waste associated with the way health is delivered at the moment. We're spending £17.5 million a year on a private finance initiative hospital in interest alone, and that would be more than enough to avoid these sort of cuts. We've huge waste in the health service, tier upon tier of management, unproductive, doing nothing, overpaid, and unaccountable to the public. We've got private sector medicine growing, and we have numbers of private providers in the county. So we need to look at focusing the resources on our NHS, driving out the privateers and saving and safeguarding local services, saving our stroke unit, saving our neonatal, and bringing back the GPs. That's what we're about today. So.
Hello, I am Rita Cassidy of the Enniskillen Family, Friends and Neighbours Community Group. I'm here tonight and I have been at all the meetings to try and fight for the SWA Hospital in Enniskillen. I feel that the cuts are necessary in some parts, but not our services. We need our services. And I feel that our young and our old elderly are being penalised. When the National Health was started after World War II, it was started from the cradle to the grave. I feel that both them parties are now at risk, as our babies and the neonatal are at risk, and our elderly. Homes, the stroke unit, and the second medical ward in SWA are all at risk, and I'm not willing to allow that to happen. I hope that there'll be a big turnout tonight because we need it. It'll be too late once the hospital goes private. That it'll be over. I feel that there's too many fat cats getting paid big wages. The National Health was started as a non-profit organisation, and yet I see so many on their big wages in their suits getting big retirement pensions. All that's coming out of the kitty, and I feel it would be more beneficial to be putting it into our services. That's all I'll say. Thank you.
My name's Jill Weir. I'm the branch secretary of Unison Health branch for Fermanagh. Mainly our members are working in the local WHSCT hospital. I'm here tonight because I totally oppose any of these proposals that the Western Trust have put in their consultation document. They either affect patients, clients or staff, and we are asking for the Trust to go back to Mr Pengelly and say no, we cannot put these proposals in because of the damage it will do to the local community. So we are saying no. Well, at the minute we don't have a health minister, and it's the permanent secretary who has made these decisions, which we already have handed a letter in to him last Thursday to tell him it's not his remit to make these decisions about cuts. What we would like to see is an up and running devolved government making decisions for local people. So it's time for them to get back in and sort out the problems that are occurring in their absence. The people are suffering, the people are concerned, the people are worried about what is happening, they're worried about their health, they're worried about their social care. I have pregnant mothers who can't decide what hospital to go to in the fear that the local neonatal unit may close, even though they say temporarily, but we know temporary means forever. So we need action, and we need somebody else making decisions that are for the better of the people, not for the worst.
And how do you feel about tonight, Benny?
Well, hopefully the people again will turn out. It's very disappointing that the last meeting was cancelled, as people were fired up, and hopefully that feeling's still there. People are very emotive about what's happening, and personally, I've worked for the Trust for 32 years, and in all my time working for them, I've never seen things filled with as much apathy. People aren't giving up, but they're so annoyed and concerned because they don't know what's going to happen next. In terms of the closure of beds, for instance, at the minute, as a member of the courting staff, we spend the whole night, many's a night, moving beds down into casualty, and just to make patients comfortable where they can't get into the beds in the hospital. So I can't see the rationale that could be used to try and justify taking even more beds out of the hospital.
What would you like to see happening?
I think what they need to do is look seriously at what else they can do, rather than most of the cuts that they're talking about implementing are all really controversial. The ones they're saying that it doesn't affect frontline, but it's nothing short of affecting frontline, because everything that happens in the hospital is linked, and for every cutback that's made, they keep talking about, for instance, temporary measures. There's no such thing as temporary measures. I've been there when for instance, merged wards where they've closed wards. They're talking about now reducing the amount of staff, including temporary agency and all that. Now, the staff that they have, the current existing permanent staff, are going to be exhausted because we're already tired, and then say that we're going to remove more staff. It doesn't matter what capacity they're in, it's going to have an impact on ourselves and patient care delivery.
Well, I would like to say the proposals to reform services in neonatal is a very dangerous one. The Trust have put it down as minor impact. How can you say that taking away the team that resuscitates and stabilises sick and critically ill babies is minor impact? Babies now will have no team there once they're born. If they're sick, there will be no team there to resuscitate, stabilise and keep those babies alive. They're asking us as a team to have one nurse in the unit to be able to phone a team who is 2 hours away to keep that baby alive for 2 hours by the time the team gets there. They stabilise the baby, and then that baby has to go halfway across Northern Ireland in the back of an ambulance to get neonatal care, when it's been given here locally on the doorstep by our nurses and doctors who are all specialist trained to do this job. It's atrocious. I mean, an NHS study has shown that 60% of babies admitted to neonatal units are unexpected admissions. They're talking about, we'll transfer the mothers that we know are in danger out. 60% of those babies, nobody knows they're going to be sick. And the sickest babies are born. They're born, they're not breathing, they've got respiratory problems, and they need a team there with full expertise to get them safe and to stabilise them. And it's just awful to think the babies in Fermanagh are going to be put under so much danger. Babies will die, and that's just what it's going to come down to. And I'd also just like to point out, the Trust have said in their document that the neonatal transport team are going to come and take these babies. A member of the neonatal transport team said last Friday that they think it would be a sham if we closed, because they cannot cope with the transfers that they're already doing, never mind taking every single neonate out of Fermanagh to a different hospital. So I would like to ask the Trust, have they actually got written confirmation from the transport team that they're going to do this service, that they've got an extra ambulance on board, another team of neonatal specialists to look after these babies? Because I don't think they do.
That's right.
We've heard many voices, and I think I have a very strong sense, and my colleagues who are here will have a very strong sense of the strength of feeling and the anger that you carried into the room tonight. Someone mentioned the word dread, and I would ask you not to leave this room with a sense of dread, but to leave this room with a sense that you have been listened to, and that what you've said tonight will be taken on board and will be fed back both to our own Trust Board, to the Commissioning Board and the Public Health Agency, and to the Department, and I give you that commitment. I'm very grateful for the time and the energy that you've shown here tonight. I'm extremely grateful for the respect that you've shown, both to each other and to us from the Trust, in a very, very difficult conversation tonight. I'm extremely grateful for that. Your dignity and the respect that you've shown will stay with us. In response to the issues about trust, I think we must earn trust, and so we must be trustworthy. And I give you the undertaking on behalf of the people who are here from our organisation that that is something we take from this room as a duty for you. And Mr McCluskey, is it who wants to say another word?
I just want clarification now. I know you gave the answer, but I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
At the final decision making, will the views of the people here be taken on board?
Yes.
And I certainly want to be at that meeting. Right, yes. Where will it be held and what date?
It's been held on the 13th of October in the Foyle Arena in Derry.
Right, thank you.
And it's a meeting held in public, so the public are welcome. We've deliberately chosen a big venue so the public can attend. It will, yes. It will be advertised. Can I wish everybody a very safe journey home? I'd like to thank everybody who spoke again. And thank